Unity. It's a hard thing to get in our society today, and it was even harder in the creation of the United States we know today. Conflicts have been constant in our country since the beginning, which led to our biggest conflict, the Civil War. But was the Civil War the war to end all conflicts? No. Today we look how the large state versus small state conflict impacted sectionalism and united or divided the nation. 1787, the year our forefathers signed the Constitution of the United States, completely throwing away the former government in the Articles of Confederation. The Articles of the Confederation quote, "Each state retains its sovereignty, freedom, and independence, and every power and jurisdiction and right which is not by this Confederation expressly delegated the United States in Congress assembled." The Constitution makes a stronger federal government instead of a strong state government stated in the AOC. The Constitution favors large states over small states, but through the Great Compromise in the Constitution makes a deal with the states. The compromise explains that the number of representatives from each state will be determined by population. This makes the fight for population greater. Here's forefather John Penn to explain the Great Compromise. Representatives and direct taxes shall be appointed among several states which may be included within this union, according to their respective numbers, which shall be determined by adding the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years. This is from the Constitution explaining that representatives are based on population. Now that the states fight in every way for population with advertisements and events to get power and people to their state. For states, more people equals more power. As time went on, sectionalism continued to grow between states as tensions arose about slavery and different ideals of the Northern society and the Southern society. Large states and small states continued to fight for support of population and power so they could influence the government and sway one way or another. Electoral vote count is based on population also. This compromise of the Electoral College was another compromise that led to sectionalism with the competition for people to vote for their new leader of the United States. All of this sectionalism created in America from the start resulted in the secession of the southern states and the Civil War. It no longer mattered if states were large or small. They had to unite and reunite the Union. After the brutal war ended in 1865, and the Confederacy went back to the Union, the states were not at all united. With different beliefs and core values, we simply could not get along. Even today, movements like Black Lives Matter and groups like the Ku Klux Klan have been a result of this sectionalism created in America. These movements and groups have been no sort of unity that is America. These movements have also had an effect on the population growth in the USA, as large states and small states have tried to attract minorities to increase popularity and population in general. The more minority population meant that the state was going to have more attention for allowing freedom. This is a positive result of the Civil War. Even with this, hate groups still exist throughout America, and we are still extremely racist towards African Americans, Latinos, and Asians. America is united on paper, not in real life.